Welcome to Blake Street Banter, where one of us knows what the word banter means. The other two are just along for the ride. Kirk, say what's up.
What's up?
And we are joined today by Spokane Indians pitcher Chris McMahon. How you doing, man?
Good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad we could work this out. Just cool stuff, man. So I do want to get some of this big issue topics out of the way right away. As I was doing research yesterday, I understand that you grew up in Philadelphia. You're a Philadelphia's fan.
Yeah.
Phillies fan. Do you still think Jimmy Rollins should have won the MVP in 2007 over Matt Holliday? Even though you were like 7 years old?
Yeah, I was probably like 8 years old. I'm going to have to go with yeah, for sure. I don't know. I didn't keep up too much with either one of those years. I just remember being at the ballpark watching Rollins a lot, multiple times a week. So I got to be biased and go with him.
That Phillies team was fun.
Who was your favorite player growing up?
Chase Utley for sure.
Oh yeah.
Chase.
Yeah.
Are you Always Sunny in Philly fan? You have to be.
Yeah. I've
Okay.
seen that show. It's a good one. Yeah.
So are you kind of like Mac and you want to go have a catch?
Yeah. Yeah.
That always cracks me up. I love that episode.
Yeah.
And then the other big topic I wanted to get out of the way is you picked Matt Olson to win the home run derby last night.
I did.
Kind of a tough pick, right?
That was tough. I was watching it. I was actually getting really excited when he was getting hot there at the end of the round. And then, yeah, he came up one short. I was happy for Mancini, though.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a new name to get going and get in the win column. Made it to the finals, too, which is good. So, but yeah, I did. I think Olsen was going to be that sleeper pick. That's what I was feeling. He's got some pop. He can swing it, obviously. That's why he's in the derby. But yeah, it was a tough ending to that round there. I thought he was going to catch him, but
yeah. So you used to rake a little bit in high school. Did you ever participate in a home run derby or anything?
no. I was in a home run derby when I was like 11 in Little League, but no, not in high school or anything. No home run derbies. I hit in high school, but yeah, I never did one of those home run derby things.
So diving into this, you were drafted twice now, the Braves in the 30th round in the 2017, and then you were picked by the Rockies last year in the second round. How are those two experiences different, especially with the draft like happening as we kind of talk or end right now?
Yeah. Different definitely in a way, because I mean, high school you kind of had college to just fall back on. You kind of have a little bit of that leverage, sort of, if you wanted to get taken high, and if not, which exactly happened to me. Just kind of slid all the way in the back end of the draft. Ended up passing on it. Went to college, and then kind of when you get to college, at least in my situation, I didn't really have a choice to fall back on. I mean, I had 3 years of education done. If I wanted to go get another year done, I could. But I guess they're different in a way, because if you're in college, you'll get taken high as a junior, but I mean, you don't really have much of that leverage to be like, okay, well, if you don't take me here, I'm just going to go do this, because you can't do that when you're basically wrapping up college. So I would say that's kind of how they're different, both of those experiences.
And so that definitely that would play a role in your deciding to go play ball the first time around, right? Like, I wanted to get drafted higher, I didn't, so I'm gonna go down to Miami.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to get picked a little bit higher. Went down, bet on myself a little bit to kind of develop, have a good, solid career down in Miami, and it worked out, went well. And next thing you know, Rockies were able to take me pretty early in the second round, which is exactly kind of where I wanted to be. And it all worked out. I got to go down to Miami, live up college a little bit, and now I get to play baseball. So
yeah, looked like you were pretty dominant in the 2020 season that ended up getting cut short. What was your feelings when you heard that was going to happen?
I was definitely really upset at first. I mean, really, right when it happened, everyone was a little bit confused, I guess you could say. Um, what was going to happen? There was a lot of unknowns for basically everybody in the entire country. What was going to happen within the next month, 2 months, 6 months? I mean, and now we're over a year now on it, but um, yeah, it was upsetting, and to be on the start that I personally had and for it to get cut off like that was very um, heartbreaking, I guess you could say. It was heartbreaking too for that team. That team we had down in Miami was really, really good, and I think that team could have done a lot of special things that I think we were looking for in Miami for quite some time. It's been a while since they've been to Omaha, so I think that team could have done it. And for it to kind of just get cut off like that, and everything kind of worked for in the summer and the fall, and even in the winter off season, and then you come out, you play for a month, maybe just over a month, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, pack up, go home, and everything's done. So, like I said, it happened to a lot of people, but it was definitely still very upsetting for us.
Yeah, there's no way that's fun. Like you were, I'm going to throw these stats out there because they are impressive. 3-0 with a 105 ERA in those 4 appearances, 38 strikeouts against 5 walks in those 20, almost 26 innings. Like you were just dominating, and having that cut short is, I would be a little salty too.
Yeah, that's a good word for it for sure too.
A little salty. Yeah. So like, what was it like playing in the ACC? We talked to Sam Weatherly recently, who played in Clemson, and talked about the kind of the ball down there. Is it just a different life? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a different life. For me, it was going from just outside of Philadelphia down to Miami. So, I mean, that in itself, whether you're playing baseball or not, it's going to be different. But every weekend you're going to face good competition. I think that's what it's like in the ACC. Whether even if they're the bottom 6 teams in the ACC, like they're still going to be good, and they're still going to have ball players. Their record might not show for it in the ACC, but it doesn't mean there's no really series in the ACC that you look at and you're like, oh, we should sweep them. That typically doesn't happen in the ACC. You have to earn every single win, and even our midweeks were tough. It wasn't ACC, but you're still playing teams like FIU, FAU, UCF, USF, teams that are good, like really good. And USF beat Florida this year in the regional. They beat us in that Gainesville regional this year. I mean, kind of playing down there and just in the ACC in general, like you said, it's good ball. It's good ball. You're going to get good ball every single week, weekend, weekday, and I think it helps you develop for sure down there. Every facing competition like that, seeing where you match up, and yeah, it's ACC is a great conference and a fun conference. I have a lot of buddies around the conference that I grew up with in the Northeast, so that was fun to kind of play against them. And yeah, it was quality baseball all around.
Now that you kind of have that, so like looking back on it, do you think that really helped prepare you to go into the pros? Because like, just imagine if you did end up just going right out of high school, how much different do you think that would be for you?
Yeah, I've thought about that a bunch of times too. When I showed up to instructional league and when I showed up to spring training, kind of telling myself, I don't know how it would have been if I showed up to something like this as an 18-year-old out of high school. Because it can be intimidating. I mean, you see guys there that if you're 18 years old, you're seeing guys that are almost a decade older than you at spring training. And that can be intimidating. And so, yeah, for me, going to college and being in a quality competitive conference for sure helped me develop, helped me embrace challenges, helped me compete. And now that I'm here, there's some good ball players for sure. I mean, obviously it's professional baseball now. I mean, everybody you're facing is quality, but there's guys that I remember from the ACC, whether they were just a year older than me, 2 years older than me, and they were dudes at whatever school they were at. And now you go to face them, it's like, okay, like I'm right here with them. Like I remember
Yeah.
that name. They were a big name, but you know what? Now I'm right here with you, and let's do this thing. So yeah, it for sure helped me kind of transfer into this pro ball thing, and really kind of just have that confidence in yourself that you can beat anybody.
I would
Yeah.
assume playing college ball would kind of help you develop a routine that you'd carry on with you. Have you stuck with your routine from college, or how has that changed?
In a way, yeah. There's certain things from college that I've taken into pro ball with me. A lot of that has to do with just body maintenance and arm care and stuff like that. I will say the lifting program's a little bit different. When you're in season with pro ball, it's a little bit lighter. I'm probably throwing a lot more in a shorter period of time than I was in college. So you kind of have to back off the lifting a little bit, make sure the body feels good, stuff like that. But yeah, I would say for the most part, most routines are still in play from college, and most of it's just body maintenance, making sure stretching, strength, um, I don't know, ice tubs, like whatever it is, just to keep the body going. And then there's still certain things in the weight room that I keep, but it's just cut down a little bit.
What's your least favorite part of this routine? What's the
Hmm.
thing you just despise?
I don't know. Which part do I despise?
Maybe that's the answer.
No.
Maybe you just love it so
Yeah, I don't.
much. You don't have something
A
you
lot of
can't
people.
get excited
Oh,
about.
yeah, a lot of people would say conditioning and running. I don't think the conditioning is all that difficult or hard, and so I don't think it's that bad. And I'm
What
kind
is
of
what
about
is
running.
like the running regimen that they have you guys do at that level?
Here, it's you run 3 times, 4 times, maybe 4 times in between each start, and I mean it's nothing crazy. It's like 6 to 8 sprints, and
Oh,
or yeah, it's like it's not like I'm running from pole to pole 10 times.
yeah,
It's like 8 30-yard sprints. You gotta run them hard. Don't just go through the motions in them, but
yeah. Just get the blood flowing.
exactly, get the blood
Yeah.
flowing, break a little sweat, make sure you get a little body flush, and that's basically all it is.
Mhm. What's your favorite part of the routine?
uh Pitching.
Just doing the thing.
Yeah, probably bullpen day and start day. Those are the best. I mean,
Yeah, getting up on the
you
mound.
love getting on the mound, working on your stuff, working on your craft. I mean, ultimately that is the most important part. And yeah, I like lifting too. Lifting's fun. It's not fun when your legs are sore, but it is fun. It's good to get strong and feel good and get a nice pump in the weight room. So
Yeah, Kirk knows about that. I wouldn't have any idea about that. um, so you're like halfway through the season. I think you guys almost hit the halfway mark. And I
yeah.
might be out of line saying this, but I think I'm right that this is probably the most games you've played in this short of a span. Like, how's your body doing? How are you feeling going into the second half of this? Like, that's gotta be a little something to that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Body feels good for the most part. There are days where I'm just kind of dead and just dragging. Luckily, those days haven't been on a start day yet. So, um, but no, there's days where I'm still adjusting and I'm fatigued and tired and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm feeling pretty confident going into the second half. Um, First half is behind us. It felt good. Feels good to be done. Still work to be done, obviously, with a lot of baseball ahead of us. But body's feeling good, arms feeling good, and that's ultimately very important. So
And your mental's good. I always hear about the mental grind
mentally
of
pretty
minors.
confident. Mentally pretty confident right now. Things are going pretty good. The last, I guess, month really. Everything's been feeling good on the mound, but yeah, there's some times mentally where it'll get to you. Pro ball will kind of eat you up a little bit in the head, and I experienced a little bit of that pretty early. on.
Mhm.
I'd say about a month into the year, just asking myself, all right, man, I mean, you got a long way to go still. Can't panic right now. You can't get upset at yourself or anything because there's a lot of baseball to be played and you can't just stop now. I mean, this was probably a month and a half ago when we were just 1 month in. I was like, we still got over 3 months left. So you kind of have
Yeah.
to buckle up here, straighten up here, and get going. And I think the last month and a half has been good, focused on my end, and just kind of kicking myself in the butt a little bit in between each start, making sure I'm sticking to my routine, not slacking off on skipping a lift or skipping conditioning or whatever it is, just sticking with everything. So,
Going hard all the way through. Yeah, like what you said,
yep.
the last month and a half, again, got your stats up. We do it over here. You have 4 wins in your last 4 decisions. You've gone 5 or 6 innings in your last 5. You pitched 100 pitches last outing. You did 5 innings and 9 strikeouts 2 outings ago. I would say like you're showing that progress, because I mean we won't talk about May 16th start, but from what you did in middle May to where you are now, it seems like you're figuring it out. What is one of the what are some of those things that you've been really focusing on when you're out there? Is it like getting through the second time, third time of the order, working on that 4th pitch that you have? What is it?
A little bit. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is. I think it's a little bit of multiple things. Some of it's just sticking to your stuff.
Mhm.
Some of it, a lot of guys sometimes when things take a turn, probably kind of like that start on May 16th that you bring up, and I'm sure I know which one you're talking about. I mean, I'll be honest, that day I felt great.
Really?
Arm felt good, stuff felt good, stuff in the pen felt good. And if you told me that was going to happen after my pen and warm-ups, I probably would have said you're crazy. And sure enough, that happens. But it's just kind of sticking to your stuff. I mean, you know what you're good at. You know what's good. I think that day was just a lot of unlucky sequence of events. I
Mhm.
mean, I didn't think I gave up a barrel that whole inning. It was just a bunch of like bloop here, roll over here, walk a guy here, walk another guy here, which is on me. But like those days happen, and
Mhm.
you know what? You just kind of have to turn the page and go on to the next one. And I think after that, you get a little hungrier, get a little chip on your shoulder because you don't want that to happen ever again. So I think that outing was honestly pretty good for me. Made me a little bit hungrier, made me focus up even more, not just for that next start, but the next 4, the next 5. And I think we're kind of getting on a good roll here and just kind of keep it going, keep chugging along.
One of the things that we talked to Boyle, Mike Boyle, a little bit too, and he was saying the beginning of that your season was rough. Like everything you've been mentioning now, it's kind of that getting to that professional life grind, the trying to figure it out, and then you guys have kind of been on this nice little run, this nice successful run now. What's been the mentality like in that clubhouse? Like, have you been able to see that difference? Was it like ever that one moment like, oh shit, we can actually do this, let's go do this type thing? Or was it just
I don't
it all
think there
hit?
really was like a certain moment. I think a lot of guys in the beginning of this year struggled. I mean, it wasn't just me, and
Mhm.
you kind of have to expect that. I mean, a lot of these guys didn't even get to play last year because of COVID. I was even lucky enough to get 4 weeks in college,
Right.
and like guys are going to come out. I mean, it's the first month of baseball. I mean, we're getting our feet wet, basically. A lot of these guys haven't played in 2 years, so there's going to be struggles. And for me, it happened to be my first pro ball year too, with all this going on.
Mhm.
So I knew I had a lot of success at spring training, a lot of success. and I knew getting shipped out to Spokane, getting ready for the season, I told myself multiple times, I said, you're going to get humbled. Like you're going to have a bad day here soon. You're going to. And when it happens, you can't panic, can't act like what the heck is going on. It's going to happen, and you're just going to have to deal with it. And like I said, there were some starts early in the year that were good, and there were some starts early in the year that were not good. But now we're kind of piecing it all together here at the halfway point. And same thing with the hitters. I think the hitters were not quite in a groove in that first month, as you could expect. I mean, there's good arms here, and now we're starting to put some runs up on the board where a lot of guys are starting to get hot at the plate, and you love to see it, and I'm excited for it, and we're trying to start winning as many ball games as we can.
I like that. That mentality is great. And like you said, that's pretty much what Boyle was kind of saying. The same thing. It's just that we are back into baseball for the first time in a hot minute. So that adjustment's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing with a stacked, very talented lineup. Like you got Doyle, you got Toglia. I know I'm not saying his name right.
Tolia.
A few others that can rake. I'm sure your boy MacIver got promoted.
Willie Mac. Yep.
Yeah.
Willie Mac.
Was it just like playing with that kind of talent, and just it's got to be fun, right?
Yeah, it is a lot of fun to kind of see those guys go do what they do at the plate, behind the dish, out in the field, whatever it is fun to watch them. And whenever I'm not starting, I like to go out in the dugout, hang out with them, watch them go do their thing. And yeah, it is fun. They're good at what they do. Some of those guys, some of those names you just brought up were struggling in that first couple of weeks, couple months, and now they're starting to really turn it on, and you're happy for them, you're excited, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
that's got to be a pretty like surreal thing to like look around. Like these are the Rockies' top prospects that even the casual fans kind of know about and stuff, and you're right there with them, and you belong to be there. It's just got to be pretty cool. Like, especially if you guys can kind of stick together throughout the minors, that'd be really awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. We got a good group here. The group we got here is close. Like you said, I mean, a lot of these guys are around the same age. I'm a little bit younger, but not too much younger. I think it's like a year or two. And they're awesome. They've taken me in very well. I love hanging out with them. So yeah, I mean, this group could do a lot of special things years down the road, and it's gotten broken up a little bit with some promotions and some guys going to Hartford, but I think we're all kind of working hard and working on ourselves to all get back together again soon. So
was it kind of bittersweet when Willie Mac went up? Because I'm sure that he was your platoon guy, right?
It was like bittersweet is just the perfect word for it, because everyone's so excited for Willie Mac. He's just the greatest dude ever, and he deserves to be up there so much. But at the same time, nobody wanted him to leave because everybody just loves hanging out with him, being in the locker room. He's great. He's obviously a great catcher and a great hitter. And but yeah, we miss him a lot already, and he's doing great things already at Hartford. He had a 3-run home run game like his first week there.
It's incredible.
I remember when he was doing that, we were getting ready for a game, and just nobody cared. They were just like, Willie hit 3 bombs. Like, this is awesome. So it was awesome. It's good to see him having success, and it's not surprising at all.
It's got to be interesting, because if you guys, an individual player starts tearing it up, you're almost like, slow it down, dude. I don't want you to get promoted, so we lose you, but it's just
it happens. It's just the name of the game, I guess, especially at this level. I mean, everybody wants to move up, and that's ultimately what you're playing for.
Right.
But it does get to a point where you spend a lot of time with these guys, and you spend a good amount of time playing baseball, and you don't want them to leave. You like playing with them, you enjoy it, and But yeah, that's the tough part of this game and tough part of this level, I guess.
Yeah.
Take us into the clubhouse. Who's the class clown?
Hmm.
Who's the one that keeps it light?
Oh man, we gotta like go around the locker room now. Like picture.
You're probably picturing the lockers, the setup, and
Yeah, exactly. The clown. I don't want to say they're a clown, but there's like some good characters on the team that like
There's
to
a-
make guys laugh.
there's a good word.
I'd say Shelby Lackey's a good one. Derek Watson is a good one. I like some of the conversations that go on. You know, it's just like it's nothing inappropriate. It's just some of the most random conversations that you never would find yourself having, and then you have them in the clubhouse with guys. And so I'd say like Shelby Lackey and Derek Watson are fun guys to talk about and keep it light in the locker room. Our clubby Joey Scott is awesome. He keeps everybody light. And yeah, I'd go with them. That's what I'm riding with.
That's awesome. That's fun.
Yeah.
Let's end it with some fun questions. So we kind of do the what's your favorite type of thing of
Okay.
profiles. So like we asked Duke and Darnell what his stuff was from his college profile, and if any of that's changed. We asked Sam the same thing. I could not find it for you at Miami, so we're just gonna go off the cups. What is something some people don't know about you? What's like one unique fact?
One unique fact. I was an all-state soccer player in high school.
What position?
Yeah.
Forward.
Oh, of course.
Forward. Yeah. Job is to score. And help score.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you watch soccer at all? USMNT?
I was watching a little bit of the Euros when they were on TV. The time change out here kind of messes with me with watching sports. But I don't watch too much soccer. Honestly, I'll watch it. I like watching like the Euros and the World Cup because I think obviously a lot of guys love representing their countries and playing for their countries. So I think that's really cool to watch. But I don't watch MLS or anything like that. I'm not too into that stuff.
Not your jam. Do you guys watch the Rockies games and stuff up there?
We do. Yeah, we'll have them on in the clubhouse sometimes, like pregame if they're playing before our game starts.
Okay.
But yeah, we keep up and watch them sometimes.
All right. What is your favorite food? Keep it simple there.
Favorite food? Probably a cheesesteak.
Makes sense.
Of course.
Cheesesteak or double cheeseburger. Yeah.
And what is your vacation destination?
Vacation destination.
Where are you going in October?
Somewhere at the beach and somewhere at palm trees. Probably Florida, I guess. Not quite Miami. Maybe around like St. Augustine, Tampa. Even the Jersey Shore is great. South Jersey Shore is awesome. I love going there in the summer. I can't do it this summer, obviously, because I'm out here playing ball, but that was always one of my favorite things to do in high school was go down the Jersey Shore.
You do your thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you spending your time with us, Chris. Keep doing sweet things. Keep feeling it, and
thank you.
We'll keep watching, keep rooting for you from afar.
Thank you, guys.
For sure, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck on the rest of the season, man.
Thank you. Second half. Here we go.
Thank you for tuning in. Find more content at BlakeStreetBanter.com.